I spent a brief amount of time with it when it first came out, but now we're spending an entire week living with the updated Nissan Frontier. This exterior looks really nice. This green color is cool too. It's a Pro 4X, so we've got the orange accents all over it, Frontier lettering on that grille. Man, this green color is unique. And you see the Pro 4X stickering here. Quick look at the back. When the updated Frontier first came out, I did get invited to the media drive, but unfortunately I had a conflict, so I couldn't make it. Instead, I got like a couple days, one of the first ones out here. Now we're finally spending an entire week living with the updated Frontier and seeing what it's like. Prior to this, I had spent a week with the pre-refresh Frontier. It did have the new engine, but still old everything else. And when I say old, it was quite old. Now, durable is true. There was one at the auto show that Nissan brought where a customer had driven 1,000,000 miles, and it wasn't even like a really, really old one. The guy drove like tens of thousands of miles a year. So durability is certainly impressive, but everything else on the truck was very aged. So it'll be nice to see how everything has been refreshed and what it's like to live with the updated Frontier. Hey there, mate. Welcome to my Nissan Frontier.
Oh, God.
What are your thoughts on the Nissan Frontier? What do they call them in Australia?
I actually don't think they sell them there. I'm not sure. Tell you what. No. Yeah, I was going to say that's a big screen, but maybe it's not.
It's a decent size screen. Yeah, it's a decent size screen.
It's decent.
Let's take a look at the exterior of the Frontier Pro 4X. Got the lettering on the side here, the accent, the orange accent. Same thing with the center of the wheels. These are purely decorational. Those are not functional whatsoever, so it just has kind of the beadlock look to it. Those aren't even actual real bolts. We've got these tiny little steps, which you can fit like, you have to fit exactly your 2 feet on them. They're not that wide. It's not like a full-sized running board. It looks kind of cool. The green paint is awesome. That little hump is for one of the surround view cameras on the mirror. We also have this little rack. It's like a mini version of the one that was on the Titan that I was spending some time with. The Frontier has a decent sized bed. Remember, this is the mid-size pickup truck segment, like a Tacoma or Ford Ranger, so bigger than something like a little Ford Maverick that just came out. The front end has a much more chiseled appearance. Updated lighting too. New grille. Pro 4X brings orange tow hooks. All those accents. The green paint looks pretty awesome too. The inside is arguably where Nissan needed to make the most amount of upgrades, and they did a pretty good job. Got some cool hexagonal stitching on the seats. The Pro 4X logo again embroidered. Same thing on the floor mats, and you see, like, if you're stepping on the set, you gotta be pretty accurate. Fender audio system. We have a digital screen in the middle. Updated infotainment screen. Nice little animation for Frontier. Steering wheel is alright. It's very thick and chunky. Again, that orange accent. Some things carry over, but a lot of things got refreshed. So I think like these heated seat controls, these buttons here carry over, but we have a wireless charger here. Thankfully, updated infotainment with Apple CarPlay, not wireless. The Pathfinder I was just driving had wireless CarPlay. This one I have to plug in. These window switches still carry over. It's fine, but they made updates where they're needed. Heated seats are still available. 4-wheel drive system. Climate control. And we do have a pretty good camera system too. Surround view and also a backup camera. Taking a quick break today to go check out a potential house solely for the reason of I need more spaces for cars and my garage isn't big enough. So we're taking the Frontier out. This is a kind of silly, dumb complaint, but because I require wired CarPlay, I gotta plug my phone in. I haven't really been using the wireless charger because I gotta plug my phone in to run CarPlay, which will charge it. So usually wireless chargers and wireless CarPlay work together really, really well. We do have remote start on the Frontier at the lock button, and I think we hold it. Remote start allows you to warm up. It is a beautiful day out today though. The sun's hitting that green paint. I'm gonna grab my sunglasses out of this thing. Around back, the Frontier does have a step. Help you get up into the bed. It's not a huge, tall truck though, but this is definitely convenient. Come on. There we go. This is a 2022 model year Frontier. It's a Pro 4X crew cab 4x4 automatic V6, has that newer 3.0 8-liter direct injected V6, makes 310 horsepower and 281 pound-feet of torque, and has a new 9-speed automatic transmission. So if you think back a couple years, Nissan actually debuted this engine in the previous body style before they did the full refresh. So the engine got one model year kind of overlap between the old and the new Frontier. It's a good motor. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't go to a forced induction, smaller turbocharged engine. It's still just a naturally aspirated, pretty high displacement V6, but it gets 19 mpg combined, 17 city, 22 highway. I've been seeing 20.4 combined over the last 173 miles. And actually, I think most of that has been city driving. I haven't done much highway driving, so that's decently efficient, actually. I'm doing above the combined. We'll take a look at the window sticker now. I've got it here. So as a Pro 4X, it's a little more off-road focused. Shift on the fly 4-wheel drive system, 2-speed transfer case with 4 high and 4 low, disc brakes, Bilstein off-road shocks, and an electronic locking rear differential. Plenty of Nissan safety and security features. Convenience, we have a 9-inch color touchscreen with CarPlay and Android Auto, which is pretty important because the previous generation had something that looked like it came out of the 1990s in terms of technology. We also have a digital screen in the middle of the cluster. So the base price starting is $37,240. This one as option is $46,965, so just under 47 grand. We have the Pro Convenience package, the Pro Premium package, the Sport Bar, the Technology package, Premium Paint, the step rails, bed access package. So that's a good amount of options. It's a pretty high option vehicle. They usually do that for these media vehicles. So just under 47 grand for this Nissan Frontier. Now this does have like all the bells and whistles, but I'll be honest, that's a good amount of money for a pretty small compact pickup truck in this segment. The Ford Maverick is making a very compelling argument now, but again, that is even smaller and not quite as capable compared to the Frontier. The Frontier more so compares to the Ranger or a Toyota Tacoma or something like that. To me, almost 50 grand for a truck here, I mean, that is a lot of money. Everything's getting much more expensive, obviously, but I always felt like that was full-size like Nissan Titan, F-150, Silverado, Ram 1500 pricing. But this is a very well option one. It does have a lot of great updates. And I will say, I've been impressed by Nissan's longevity in terms of what they've shown me. They brought that 1 million mile Frontier to the Chicago Auto Show a couple years ago. And it was, I think it was, had gone through 2 clutches, it was still on the original transmission, and like so many things were still original on a vehicle that had done 1 million miles, and it wasn't like the first year of the Frontier. It was like a mid-2010s or something like that. The guy was driving it like 50,000, 60,000 miles a year, something crazy. So you could say the durability of it is quite impressive, and we'll see how it fares with the newer updates. Again, 9-speed automatic transmission, a new direct injected engine. So those are updated for this Frontier. There's that digital cluster in the middle. You'll see I wasn't lying about averaging 20.4 mpg. On the left side of the steering wheel, we've got some more buttons. Tow mode, your brightness settings. We've got, oh, looks like charging, or 400 watts. Oh, that's actually pretty legit. This must be all the safety and tech features. Cargo lamp, hill descent, and then down there, differential and traction control. We only have auto windows on the driver. The rest of them are not manual. They're you have to hold them, whatever you call that. I'm going on a 1-week international trip, and I've got a decent sized suitcase, so the actual cabin itself isn't quite big enough. So we are actually going to use the bed of the Frontier. Oh, it's a damped tailgate, which is nice. And I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Obviously there's no bed cover here, but look at those lights. Some nice cargo bed illumination. They're seriously bright. A lot of tie-down points too. What in the world is this? It's like a little handle. I'm thinking maybe for getting in with the step on this side. Bed liner, spraying bed liner. Off we go. This was a shortened week with the Frontier. I'm about to go catch a flight, taking a work trip. I'm going out to Dubai, which I'm really excited about. But the Frontier itself is very nicely updated. We got that impression when I spent a couple days with it when it first came out, and it needed it. The previous gen Frontier was extremely old, and it had just kept kind of going and going. They put a new engine in it, but everything else was still so old. I remember getting in it, plugging in my phone, and being like, CarPlay! And there was no CarPlay. The infotainment head unit hadn't even heard of CarPlay when that thing was born. Anyways, this is a proper refresh. It's a more manageable size. I've spent time with the Titan Pro 4X, which is a lot bigger, more comfortable, more capable. This is a more reasonable size pickup truck. Personally, I still kind of like the bigger ones because you have a lot more space, a lot more of the creature comforts and technology, but obviously a lot higher price point. I owned a Ram 1500 Laramie for a year, and that was almost $70,000. That being said, this Frontier Pro 4X, I think it looks really cool. It drives nicely. It's got a new engine and transmission setup here, and I'm sure many owners will be happy with this. So if you're looking to shop in this segment, the new updated Frontier absolutely deserves some consideration. Hope you guys enjoyed this video of living with the Frontier for a couple days. Thanks for watching.